Alright, doing another 30-minute game. Doing two today because I've got some time and I just want a little bit of a lead on development. A little bit of a lead on recording videos just to have a little bit of breathing room. We've got the hillbilly attack. Nothing to worry about in the opening. Probably take. Knight drops back to b5 or knight drops back to b3. Either way, I'm not super worried about this. Someday I'll have a game where I play white against the caro, and I think that'll be a very exciting game, so I can sort of demonstrate some of my, not my own research, but what I know to do against the caro. I guess it would be interesting if they took here. They'd be down a bishop, and I'd get my queen out, so it'd be sort of like a Scandinavian, but we're up a piece, which sounds appealing. I think we'll develop normally. Nothing too crazy. Get our light squared bishop outside of the pawn chain. Close up. We often see a queen to f3 thinking they're hitting the bishop. It's interesting. Knight out to a3. Maybe they really want that for some reason. I have never been a proponent of trading on b1. I've had that done to me. Someone traded their dark square bishop for my knight on b8, which was like sort of a critical defensive resource. You start to realize that's part of the reason I like to play out knight to c6 first, rather than waiting to develop the light squared bishop and push the pawn to e6. An option here. I don't love that. That also gives them the opportunity to prevent castling on our side. So if we take there, they take back with their pawn. Oh, no, I guess we would get it just in time. Knight out. They would need to move the pawn out of the way before they can get their bishop sort of into our craw. This looks a little bit dangerous. I don't love this idea. This is not possible. This is guarded by the queen. Actually, yeah, this doesn't look too bad. This is guarded by a couple pieces. It does prevent us from playing our bishop out to d6, which I don't love. A couple options. We could play a6, kick the knight perhaps out to... maybe their knight lands on d4, which is a nice, strong square for the knight. If their knight lands on d4, the risk is they take our light squared bishop, which I don't mind, but I do need to get my knight out to e7 to be able to take back. Do you have any other options? Can I play my dark square bishop out? I don't think I can play my dark square bishop out without losing. I guess we could play it out to c5. And then is d4. D4, I think, helps white's position. And then we're stuck back on e7. Okay, so let's kick this knight. They come out. We'll prepare our knight. I guess knight out to h6 was also an option since they haven't played d4 or d3 yet. But I don't want to encourage that sort of behavior. Another option, bishop out to e4. I don't mind losing sort of the top of this pawn chain. I think the pawn on e6 is really the critical one. So if they don't take, we may play bishop to... What do they take? They took our knight. Okay, so we'll take back with our knight, opening up our dark square bishop. Not really worried about this at all. They take, we take back, and then we have removed this b7 pawn, which is often a weakness in such positions. I do like the idea. Do we want to play bishop to e4, sort of provoking f3? I don't think that's a bad idea. And if they don't go for it, we can potentially win a rook. And almost certainly win a rook. Although this goes against a principle that I have for myself of not trying anything tricky until we've completed development. So perhaps not the best move here. Removing a piece yet again in the opening. We take back. Getting to be a little bit fragile on this side. We'll want to push. We'll want to get castled first, I think. So we'll play one of these many bishop moves available to us. I still don't think so. Not bishop to c5. It's no good. Bishop to d6 looks nice. Preparing this battery that I often like to assemble of bishop to c7, queen up to d6. But we'll play bishop to d6, castle, and then we will have most of our development done. Oh, interesting. h4. So we can take here. They now have rook to h2 hitting our bishop. But what if we... Wait. Are we about to get our bishop trapped if we go for this? No, they can't move this pawn ahead of time because they just lose their rook. There we go. So let's prepare this. Now we can take, and they will certainly... Okay. Darn. I think we need to drop all the way back to g5, because now if we drop back to f5, they have... pawn comes out to g4, we drop back again, and then they have pawn to h5, fully trapping our light squared bishop, so we need to come all the way back. Oh, this doesn't work either, actually. I think we're going to need to land on d3. Yeah, because we don't have time to play this. If we come here, they play like this. Yeah, let's go to d3. Oh me, oh my. They've sort of ruined their kingside pawn structure, which I think is good for us. We have this check available to us. That's checkmate. Oh my. Yeah, we have a checkmate available to us. That's awesome. So we play, we have this light squared bishop covering these escape squares. Our other bishop comes out with check covering this escape square, and then they don't have anywhere else to go. Can't do it with our queen because the rook covers that. Could be a quick game, folks. Could be a quick game. They don't have a lot of great options. Their dark squared bishop is trapped in. Queen. Their queen could come out offering an escape square to the king, but I think we still play bishop out to g3 check, ruining castling, and putting our opponent in a much worse position. They have knight out to e2, which guards the g3 square, so that would be a good move. Yeah, they almost had our bishop trapped, but they hadn't played d4, and I think d4 is an important move to play in the caro. Important move to play in the caro. They missed their opportunity to do that a while back. Let's see, other options. Let's look at our opponent's candidate moves. Yeah, rook out to... Oh. I think I see forced mate. This is very exciting. So we're going to do a queen sacrifice. Queen out to h4, check. Their king can't go anywhere. These squares are all covered. Their knight can't block it. Their rook has to take, and then we have bishop to g3, checkmate. This is my first queen sacrifice. I'm just going to go for it. This feels too exciting. Yeah. Oh, man. Queen sacrifice, rook takes on h4, bishop g3, checkmate. A win in 16 moves with the caro-kann. Hot dog. Hot dog. Let's take a look at that review. Oh, man, that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. So again, hillbilly attack, nothing to be worried about. I do like this knight to c6 move. The danger that I've seen there, if they do play d4 and get their bishop out to f4, they can take our knight as we're like developing our light squared bishop and pushing e6. And then we're robbed of a defensive resource. So then this check carries a lot more venom. This like bishop to a4 or like queen to a4 in the future. Those are much more dangerous in those cases. So I do like to play the knight out to c6 first. c3, I think in a lot of openings preparing d4, so I don't know why they didn't go for that. Oh, they wanted to get their knight out of the way. e6, this would have been their opportunity to play d4, I think. Yeah. e6, knight to d4, hitting our bishop. We play our knight out to defend our bishop. Knight takes here, knight takes back. No real concern. Bishop to a4. We threaten this neat rook maneuver. They take, we take back. h4. We don't take here because of the threat of rook to h2. So instead we play bishop to d6. f3, they start to have plans of trapping our bishop. I mistakenly play bishop to g6, where, yeah, playing bishop to d3 I think would have been much stronger. That's what the analysis engine shows too. I'm going to switch to the analysis board. Sorry about that. So now you can see the engine moves sort of in the top right of the screen over here. Bishop d3 was stronger. So brief intermezzo, they come out to h5. We land on d3. Strong moves here for white. f4 is the strongest move, preventing this idea of bishop coming out with checkmate. They land on a move that defends against the bishop checkmate, but we hit on the idea of queen to h4, sacrificing the queen. Oh, man, you love to see it. I love that. Bishop checkmate with the queen sacrifice. What a way to win a game. All right, I'm going to call it there. My day just got a whole lot better. I'm going to sign off. Have a good one, y'all.